Tim Costello from Micah, Australia. As Australia is now in the grip of the coronavirus, as we know, we desperately must flatten the curve to protect our vulnerable, our elderly, to protect the 2,000 ICU beds. All of us are waking up to a very different reality. Social distancing we have to practice. I prefer spatial distancing because I think we need more social connection than ever at this time. To drop a note, to drop a casserole to someone who's shut in, to Skype and ring them. We need more community to overcome the epidemic of loneliness. But I'm still confident that Australia can do this, that we will beat this. What particularly worries me is those that Micah Australia has a deep heart for, because it's the heart of God. People who are in the poorest nations with the weakest health systems, who are utterly vulnerable. Just this week I read in the New York Times about the 1 million refugees in northwestern Syria and how the coronavirus is starting to affect them. As one of the workers there, Fadi Messiah, a local aid worker, said, "Oh, you want us to wash our hands? Some people can't wash their kids for a week. They're living outdoors. The lucky ones are in tents, but up to 12 in a tent. Think of social distancing in that situation." And then when we think of 8 years of war in Syria, which means the whole health system, certainly all the hospitals have just collapsed, we realize how utterly vulnerable these people are. They're the people Micah says we want still to give, to try and respond to their need. And when I think of Africa, we know it's a time bomb ticking, and that the virus in Africa can be utterly devastating. So as we think about our own safety here, with, I think, still some confidence that in Australia we can beat this, I think it's a time for prayer and for action. The action that says I will still be generous. I will still think of those who are most vulnerable, who don't have the sorts of systems, health systems and opportunities that we have. This is what the Micah message is. It's what God asks of us. It's to do justice to those who are most vulnerable, to love mercy, to pray for them, to give, and to walk humbly. All of us are vulnerable. No one is superior or inferior. All of us are vulnerable, walking humbly and depending on God.